Hey, what's going on? Kerry Sullivan here with another How to Kick Ass in Sales coming at you. And I want to talk today about an article I just read. And one of the things that you see out there is you see, that show, The Shark Tank, which I love. It's a great show. And then you've got other big conventions out there like South by Southwest that just ended this past week here. And people are very much into thinking they need venture capital for their business to take off, or they need angel investors or whatever it may be. They need extra funding to take off with their business. And the fact of the matter is, when you actually look at the top businesses out there, in this article I was reading, it was showing that very few of the businesses that actually go on to make it actually take on venture capital and or angel investors or loans and things like that. The ones that actually make it a lot of the time will not do that, and they're more getting money from other people that they know or their savings or things like that. But one of the things is, I think that's really important to understand, is that a lot of the top companies don't even do that. They bootstrap it and they make it to go along in the beginning. And what that means is they take on other people who work for part of the share of the company or parts of the profit or whatever it may be, that have specific skills that can go in there and help the company take off. But the thing is I talk to a lot of entrepreneurs out there looking for help and taking things to the next level in their business, and a lot of the time I get that, well, I need the venture capital to help me do this and help me do that. And most of the time they think they need the venture capital because it's going to enable them to go out there and create a sales team, or it's going to enable them to go out there and create a marketing plan. And that sends off a huge red flag in my mind. Massive red flag. What the real problem is with a lot of these companies that go out there and they say, I need more funding, I need more venture capital and all these other things, is that they don't know how to sell. Fundamentally, they don't know how to sell. And what can happen is they think they're not really salespeople. The people that a lot of entrepreneurs, there's a lot of different entrepreneurs out there, and it's really important to understand what type of entrepreneur you are and where your strengths are, right? Because some people are really good at making innovations and inventing things. That's great, but they're not so skilled in the selling aspect and the people-to-people thing, and which is another really vital thing that you need in a lot of businesses out there. So it's really important. So what I ask these people who often tell me, oh, I need venture capital, will you invest in my company or whatever it may be, I ask them, well, if you doubled your sales or you increased your sales by X amount, would that help you out and end the idea or the notion that you actually need to have venture capital? And almost every time they say yes. Almost every single time they say yes. So when people say, oh, I get a funding problem, most of the time what they really mean is that they have a selling problem. They don't know how to sell. They don't know how to get their products out there into the people's hands. The people will speak, right? The people will speak, and if it's out there, and that's a good thing. And sometimes the product just isn't something that's gonna sell. There's some people that I thought just didn't really have a product that was going to be able to sell. One of the things that you can do is, if you go out there and put something on Kickstarter, look, the people are going to tell you that it's great. So what you want is people that use your product and they become raving fans. If they become raving fans, even though you don't have that many people, you probably have something that you can go out there and push, right, to a wider market. So you got to get really good at selling things and marketing, right? You got to be selling and marketing. And one of the things is that I'm reading right now is a great book, and I've talked about this in some of my other videos, is Arnold Schwarzenegger's biography. It's a great biography. I highly suggest anyone out there who's interested in really being the best they can be, go read it, because he's got that kind of mindset and drive. But one thing that he got, listen to me and feel me on this, one thing that he got above a lot of other politicians and actors and bodybuilders out there was the importance of selling. He says it over and over and over again. He was willing to go on the road and go city to city, town to town, meet and greet people, talk with them, sell them, and sell himself. Right, and he really, or sell ideas or products or whatever he was doing at that time. So, if you're an entrepreneur and you really want to take things to the next level, I would get really good at doing that. And if you're not good at that, that's fine, but you got to get someone else that is really good at that can do it for you, that gets really excited and shares your vision, that gets really passionate about what you are actually doing and putting out there into the world. Right? So if you do that, I think it'll help you go really far. So what I would say to all you entrepreneurs out there is don't focus in on getting funding. Focus in on learning how to sell your product the absolute best you can. And look, I'm not saying that every company doesn't need funding. Every situation is different, right? There are some companies that generally need it to take things to the next level or whatever. But in general, get really good at selling. You're gonna need to get really good at selling anyway, because like I said, if you were able to double your sales, would that help your business? Almost every single business out there is gonna say yes. And if they say no, I'm gonna tell them they're full of shit. So anyway, that is it. And hey, if you like this video, feel free to share it, and I'll catch you on the next How to Kick Ass in Sales video. And if you get any questions, feel free to leave them below, and I will see you on the next video. Bye-bye.